please remember to leave a like, a comment, share the video about, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you. Well, isn't this just fantastic?
So, people on the internet like to get on my case on the daily about what I eat, my weight, my body, etc., etc.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be diving into a continuation of Friday, because apparently some of those within world are tearing themselves apart. Now, I don't mean the haters that are on a regular basis covering Shantel. No, we mean Shantel and another. I've only done, I think, one video on that person, Shanny for Christ. So this has intrigued me, because I didn't think they would fall apart, especially because, and I noticed it over the course of this year, Shantel has been active in Shanny's live chats. I think she's donated to her as well a few times, if memory serves. So there is there a bond, mutual respect. Most obvious common factor they both have, beyond being super morbidly obese and blaming the entire world for the situations they're in, is the fact that both of them hate children. In the case of Shanny, it's documented. In the case of Shantel, it's glaringly obvious. You can add to that, because if they can't look after children, there's no way they can look after a pet. You can add the treatment of their respective pets and their partners. In the case of Shanny, obviously baby carrot peen. In the case of Shantel, it's oddly proportioned carrot peen. I don't think I've ever seen something that's meant to look like a bit of an arrow, because you can tell from the shape that the tip is actually thinner than the thickness of the stem itself. That's strange. Anyway, we're going to be diving into this because Shantel made a video. Now, I fully expect this video to be removed at some point in the near future, called Obese Women Being Hypocrites for 10 Minutes Straight. This is fun. We should dive into this. It leads on to Shanny's, don't worry guys.
Let me tell you what is wrong with them criticizing my weight and eating habits. First off, they offer no valid criticism. All they do is spew hate and self-projection. Let's start with Yabba from the YouTube Underground. This reactor decided to do her reactions off-screen. Now, it is my firm belief, and that's just me, that if you are going to talk shit about someone's looks, you should have your camera on at the very least.
So the problem here is you are not the arbiter of what is or is not valid criticism. Because you've already dismissed all criticism, all that is levied at you as invalid criticism, you have shown your arrogance, your pride, inability to introspect. Then you fire a shot at those who don't go on camera. Now, when it comes to the detractors of world, your haters, there is a point about hypocrisy that you like to latch onto. It's the only point you latch onto. It's a deflection. The criticism isn't where it comes from, it's whether or not they are right. This is a point Shantel never understands. I know I've not got to Shanny yet, and it's important, but I wanted to put this in first. I should also point out that at least 2/3 of this video she put out is about Yabba, and then gets to Shanny. The Shanny stuff, though, is mwah, 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 mwah. Oh yeah.
But oh wait, she did cam up very, and emphasis on the very, briefly, not too long ago. So here's what we saw. Puffy, red, fat face. A clear indication of obesity. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but according to science, one does not acquire such a physique from eating 1,200 calories a day.
She does eventually play clips of Yabba talking smack about Foodie Beauty and some clips from Your Mama. I just wanted to include this because the latching onto that key point is all that Shantel has, because she refuses to acknowledge where the good criticism, the valid criticism, resides. She's also not the arbiter of truth, because she can never seem to tell it. We're now going to skip ahead and go straight to the Shanny-related commentary, because this stuff, you're going to enjoy this. I hope. Smash the like.
Alright, let's cleanse our palates from that shit and move on to another hypocrite. Shanny for Satan. This woman has too much of a history to go over, such as child neglect, making OnlyFans content while her autistic son is in the other room, and also taking back the man who abused her autistic child after he got out of jail for doing so.
Even before anyone makes the obvious points, yes, Shantel is 100% a hypocrite when it comes to only Fupa Fiber a failed adult film actor, and there is an argument I saw on Twitter of nada. There's a point there as well. There really is a point when it comes to what he did to Shantel, although it is also claimed that no, actually, he didn't. Shantel herself kind of debunks her old claims of this, further leaning into the whole Shantel really can't tell the truth thing. Yeah, her shtick is quite consistent in that respect.
But the real creme de la creme is when she recently went on a rant about my dieting and eating habits, claiming she is working on herself and I am not doing anything to help myself.
Lol. Way to bite the hand that feeds you there, hey Shanny? I could have sworn Shantel donated money to you guys at least once. The thing here is, and it's important, we know Shanny's a liar, so we know what she says is hollow when it comes to her own health. Is she wrong about Shantel? No. No, she's not, and I'm not now saying they're both as bad as each other, because that's stupid and naive. One is clearly worse than the other, but it's up to the individual based on the information to hand to choose who they think it is. I've always considered Shanny worse as a mother, but Shantel worse as her dietary expert. I end up picking her partners.
Shanny, you literally cannot stand up. You cannot wipe your ass. You sit there all day making excuses yourself as to why you are too disabled to take care of your own children.
I think you'll find, actually, the reason why is because me fine, bro. Shantel, though, just to be clear, is right about what she's now just said about Shanny. 100% correct. And I know someone might now say, yeah, but Shantel can't stand up for long. You're right. But we've seen Shantel stand up. We've not really seen much lower body movement from Shanny, because even when they did the only Fupa Fiber failed adult film actor stuff and she was giving Rev's BCP a jolly good going over, she was sat down and he was stood up on something. He was stood on a stool or an armchair or something, wasn't he? Or was it in the bathroom? I can't remember these days.
Meanwhile, I've seen women in wheelchairs with no limbs take better care of their kids. You have zero room to educate anyone on any type of care themselves or pets.
I know, there's some hypocrisy in here. Please resist the urge, guys, because this drama, it's going to generate a lot of attention for people, which is great because the clicks are required at this time of year. We're about to enter the merry Meggy month of Moistmas, but she's not wrong. That's the point. Shanny has, and we've done a video on her before, a terrible track record. Terrible. It was a content constable, wasn't it? It was, yes. It didn't do very well. But the point still stands when it comes to what she has said. You can ignore the fact that Shantel is in her own way ahead in certain key areas. She is not wrong about her attacks on Shanny. I do question whether or not this is done solely to generate attention, in the sense of Shanny started it for clicks, flippantly, and Shantel bit back because opportunity, but then this wasn't the main focus of her video. The main focus of her video was less Shanny, more Yabba. She's pigeonholed Yabba and Shanny together. She could have made 2 videos out of this. Now I really am curious about the motivations.
Right.
Oh, I need to have my snacks. I need to have my snacks. I need to go and eat. I need to go and eat.
See?
People need to eat, then eat properly. Or shut the f*** up about this diet and shit. Because what you're doing is you're damaging people. And you're giving false information out to people who are actually trying to fix their lives.
She's trying to fix her life.
There's me talking shit to you now, Shantel.
I love that the only way Shantel can consume anything related is through your mama. It's always your mama. Fam, we know you sit here and obsessively watch this guy's content. No problem with that at all if that's how you consume content. But Shanny has a channel. I know the streams are long, but if it matters to you enough, you can go there, OBS record it, and do it yourself, right? Clip the stuff out of it if you need to. But you really are low energy. This is, it's only the beginning part. I know that when it comes to Shanny, a lot of what she said or says rings hollow because she's never really committed to her life. Everything is about what holds her down. Nothing is about how she's going to pick herself up. Because she's a victim, she needs cigarettes and she needs money. Sometimes she's even more of a grifter than Dark Side Phil.
Let's
All
collide.
you do is f***ing eat, Shantel. You don't try to take care of yourself. You're on a f***ing diet for 2 days that we know of.
Okay.
While you're getting chips every couple days.
She's checking
Getting
out.
chocolate.
Yeah.
Slathering all your food in cream, cheese, butter. And neglect. You neglect your own ass.
Uh-huh.
So, Do you think that just because Shantel's right, that Shanny is wrong? No should be the correct answer to that. Both can be correct when it comes to flinging turds at one another. Shantel has been neglecting herself and failing to commit to her own health for years. And the fact Shantel's first response is to play a Your Mama clip, rather than simply accept the fact that Shantel is right, but she's also, when it comes to Shanny's criticisms of her, wrong, it would help her. But much like when I did my first Content Constable and she agreed that I was right about things, she was never going to change. That's kind of her thing. And I don't believe at this point in Shanny's life she could ever change either. Both are stuck in a perpetual loop of bleh and suffering, of course. Everything's pain. They are all me-seeks.
Talk to her.
Every day you're neglecting your ass. Every day you're not taking care of yourself. Every day you're giving your audience excuse after excuse and after excuse, and giving people who have actual problems false information and putting their lives in danger.
Now, because I haven't seen Shanny's stream, I have to theorize why that clip even exists. And part of me thought it was because perhaps Shanny sat there watching Shantel and seeing just how much Shantel can do and put in so little effort to get. Whereas Shanny believes she's putting in phenomenal amount of effort for very little return, so she can't eat or live like Shantel can. That's what I thought anyway. Back to Shantel though.
That's rich coming from you, Shanny. As rich as the butter and cream I use in my cooking.
The laugh was fake, your script reading is lead, and your flex is weird, but okay.
Alright, now the most obvious fat hypocrite of Gore World is none other than the potato girl herself. Another moron hiding behind an avatar, too scared to show herself for the past couple of years. But again, she did very briefly show herself, and this is what we saw. Well, the picture speaks for itself, and I'm sorry, but I will not listen through her stage 5 emphysema voice to point out obvious hypocrisy.
Because of your live stream format for most of your content, you struggle to be what is often dubbed witty. Your main point about them not being seen on camera is a massive distraction from who you are and what you do. You think that they should also have a leg to stand on. That's not necessarily the case. I do think there should be some legitimacy to it, of course. But not everyone can be a skinny queen, like me, of course. And go figure, you would find a way to insert FFG, your biographer, into this video in some way. Now, you don't talk about Shanny anymore, so I want to go to a response from Rev, because boy oh boy was he a happy chap.
Shantel, so I have been nothing but kind to you, blessed your husband that's into f***ing scat and on Christian women and putting his disgusting Muslim ball sack on crucifixes around people's necks and Bibles in front of them.
I'm going to apologize for all the random moments of audio cutting out. I have to pick my battles. YouTube are not overly fond of profanity, so we have to refrain from it at every opportunity. Sadly for us, unfortunately for us, Baby Carrot is not someone that adheres to the rules because he's above them. But do admire this tryhard's white knighting attempt to defend his wife's honor.
I heard that your disgusting fat ass said that I, let's just say, used my foot to strike my son. False, you fat. Do you hear me? You won't find any report of anything like that in any police report or anything because that didn't f***ing happen, you fat. God bless everybody.
The silly thing here is, we know you have physically harmed your child. We know you have. You may now try and hide behind police reports. But I'll be honest, it was only because people couldn't get the police to you that this didn't happen. Your children, your child in particular, the special needs, needed, well, help, and you weren't helping. Your form of assistance was through aggressive negotiations. It was well documented on the channel you used to have. Your aggressive and reprehensible behavior was evidence of it. Now, what did Shanny have to say when she saw Shantel's video calling her out?
Oh, shame, shame, shame. I don't give a She shames mothers and children all the time. All the time she shames mothers and children. And I can't stand up and say something I want to be like.
and totally was not rage pigging it out like there was no tomorrow. As we were nearing Christmas, or the Merry Meggy month of Moistmas as I call it, this timing seemed perfect for Shantel to drop something that would generate interest so she can get more views. Because while she dabs on others for the views they get, commenting on her and them not doing as well as she gets, her views aren't great anymore. For a long time in video format, Shantel averaged around 10,000 views. She's lost about 30%. Her channel barely grows, and there's no way it's organic because the viewership doesn't go up to reflect it. So she relies on the haters to make her relevant-ish. Everything is superficial as long as she can get her chicken royale while claiming she's on a diet. Well, I've enjoyed this regardless. Do let me know what you think in the comments.